Now, still staying with the power sector, the electricity company of Ghana has begun phase 2 of its revenue drive today to retrieve over 1 billion cedis debt from customers. ECG in March 2023 initiated a nationwide revenue mobilization drive to recover some 5.7 billion debt, but the company was able to retrieve 3.1 billion out of the total amount. Managing Director of the ECG, Dubik Mahama, at a press conference last month noted that most of the unrecovered was lost to companies that folded up and could not be traced, as well as illegal connections. We can now listen to him make the point as he gave a moratorium for those involved in the illegal connections to come for ratification.
Actually, revenue mobilization is going on. You can tell from how quiet the whole place is. Everybody is out, and we are mobilizing for our monies that are out there. Through the first exercise, we established what was missing, especially in terms of the individuals who were not paying. We have actually built up a number of bills, and we've seen what is out there. And currently, as we speak, private homes, the bill out there that we've built is about 2.1 billion that we are going to try to recoup. So what we are trying to do on this exercise is also to introduce the flat rate program. So for all those who've applied for meters, who have not gotten their meters yet, who have enjoyed power, we are going to try and put all of them on a flat rate. I know we've had conversations about why are we not prosecuting. To the conversations, I saw something that kept on coming down the line, which pointed out to us that, we are partly to be blamed for the predicament. And in so doing, it's going to be very difficult to send someone to prosecute them for power theft. So I wanted us to consider this period as an amnesty period. Anybody consuming power without a meter, make sure the ECG teams out there register you and put you on a flat rate. The flat rate, under the PRC law, we cannot recover beyond a year of what you've consumed. But in truth, we don't know how much you've been consuming. So we want to give you a flat rate and prorate it 6 months as a form of also a nice, fair gesture to you. So we have done our calculations per kilowatt hour, and we'll be rolling out. During this week, during the revenue mobilization exercise, some people would be put on the flat rate, and then we'll see how it rolls out. But there's going to be a bigger one, which will come out with the flagship program and how it's going to be, where we roll out there. Anybody with a faulty meter, even though the meter manufacturers are trying to close the gap, we still cannot let you consume at zero. The zero is a major loss to the company and a major loss to the country as a whole. So we want to bridge that gap by putting you on a flat rate. The teams will be able to register you with your phone number, your account details will be given to you, your Ghana card, or any reputable ID that you have, because we feel it's not fair to the average Ghanaian who's on a prepaid meter, who has to pay before he consumes. Yet there are other people that are paying that are not consuming. So that's the new style. But this week, during the revenue mobilization exercise, there will be some people that will be captured and put on a flat rate.
You're using the app to do that?
So we have not the main app, but we have a staff portal that we've granted access to every staff to capture people to that effect. So they'll capture you, they'll take you through your paces, and then put you on the rate that you're supposed to be. It's calculated solely based on kilowatt hours. Right. And then you start paying that until your meter finally gets to you.
Now, Director of Communications at the ECG, William Boateng, is optimistic they will retrieve all debt and clamp down on the illegal connections. He joins us live now for a chat. Now, grateful to you, sir, for joining us. How do you explain the instance where you are not able to trace companies who have used power from the ECG? And how do you intend to cover those losses from their end?
Or we are talking about customers?
Mr. Boateng, I only wanted to find out from you because the explanation is that there are companies that have already consumed power, but they are folded up and cannot be traced. And I'm asking, how do we explain that? And how do we intend to cover the losses from that end?
No, some of these things can take you by surprise. They don't show you their account. You have a business relationship with them. They pay sometimes on account, like instances where they come to negotiate with you. In fact, you don't have access to their books. So all of a sudden, before we say that, they are folded up, and then you have to drag them to court. So we use all legal means to ensure that we collect our money.
So is that what we are doing now? Do we know where these companies are?
Yes, some of them are in court. We have the list. Our directorate is handling that for us. So we know what we are doing, or we are following up to collect our money. Yes.
For those that we cannot trace, how do we intend to cover the losses?
In this type of business, there are some just have to write them out. It's not the first time. We have instances where demolition exercises, sometimes floods and things create problems for us. Yes. But we have a team, revenue assurance, they will look through the books, and they are certain. They have to be certain that this is writable, or we have to write them off, and then we'll do that. If not, we'll follow up and get all the legal assistance we need to ensure that we collect money.
We understand you've begun this exercise. What's the focus of this phase of the exercise itself?
Well, we set ourselves two objectives. One is that we want to maintain the momentum in terms of revenue mobilization. We need the money for with the value chain, or make sure that we oil the value chain. So that is one. And then two, we want to ensure that going forward, everybody in the ECG operational area consuming electricity is free. And that is why the manager make mention of the staff portal app using our phones. So, for example, we released almost 4,000 staff on the ground, and when we enter any place, any house, any hamlet, and you are not a ECG customer, so long as you are using electricity, we'll tell you, take your data and everything, and then straight ahead, become a customer, and we work out how much you are going to pay every month, what you need mention of the platform.
Does it look like this is how you will deal with the entire legal connections that people do engage in?
Yes, it's one aspect of it.
Okay.
You know, we have customers who are, yes, our customers, but sometimes they are not faithful to us. After you serve them, or after we've done business with them, you leave the thing because we can't police everywhere, you know that. And then they find ways and means to cheat the system. That's another different level. But we are talking about also customers that are they're also cheating, of course, and that we need to take action. We need to capture them. And so when we have the numbers now, then we know the numbers we are dealing with. And that's where we increase our monitoring exercises to ensure that nobody's cheating the system. Because that's how best we are going to see commercial losses and make sure we make the company viable going forward.
Okay. There's also the issue about households that the Ghana Statistical Service brought out, and the numbers that you have at your end. How do we explain the differences?
Well, it's alarming. It's alarming. If the numbers we see is related to go by, I mean, we are talking about 6.5 million in the certain sector where we operate. Our customer population is something a little about 4.5 million. We are dealing with something conservatively, something around 2 million. Let's say 1 million. We think that we are not two. We think that 2 million customers. No, there's a gap. That all these households are talking about 2 million. They are not using electricity. No way, no way. And that is why we have rolled out this particular project where we are capturing every customer. So come the next exercise, which is going to be mega. Management is planning something about 1 month. We release all our staff, including national service personnel, to assist us. And we are visiting every house. If we should do this about 3 different occasions, I'm sure we'll capture a lot of customers who are not in our data, and we'll improve our commercial losses.
Okay.
Or we'll reduce our commercial losses.
Grateful to you for joining us. We wish you all the best, sir. Now.